So, Tom's taking a seat. We're in the studio talking about our record. Over a year and a half after it was made and mixed right here in the studio.
It's pretty crazy coming back into this room.
We clocked in a lot of quality time in this couch here.
But like right when I walked in here, I was just like freaking out.
At the studio at Cherokee, there's this really small like drum chamber, and it was like soundproof, and it was just dead. And so we set up stuff in there, and I think a lot of the Cautioners sounds were taken just from drum hits. I mean, you can hear that just a cymbal going. I love that. Like a hi-hat, but it's actually just I think a cymbal.
Yeah, like on the demo version of this that we released on the singles compilation. It's all like, it's all stuff like that, but it's played. And what we did with this one is we just basically recorded, kind of the same idea we had with the drums, like going, just letting it decay, kind of making it sound like really computerized and
Robotic.
Robotic.
Jim, you're so tight right there, man. Now this is why we never play this song live, because we really can't play it live.
It's kind of funny because Cautioners is basically the same song as a praise chorus. You just kind of don't realize it. I had that kind of idea for like the which is which is basically the Cautioners, except it's just kind of the dynamics are treated a lot differently.
The praise chorus is a little bit faster, and it's obviously rockified. Can we solo the drums?
Yeah.
So this is a
Hippie drum circle.
This is me and Mark and Jim, basically doing the drums and the sticking all at separate times. So we're trying to mimic it like a marching drum line. And this is probably my favorite thing to do on the record, I think. That was like my
Highlight?
Yeah, that was the highlight. That was probably my moment of like, wow, this is really cool.
It kind of creates like this mood where the listeners kind of they're being engaged, and they might just it kind of brings them in a little bit and makes them I don't know, want to rock out more, I suppose. And it's kind of and it creates a kind of party mood. And so what I tried to do with the rest of the lyrics is trying to make it kind of depressing. I like kind of toying with that, sort of mixing something that sounds really happy with maybe a subject matter which is a little bit more down, and then together it kind of makes a weird sort of nostalgic kind of feeling, but at the same time it's nostalgic the first time you hear it, in a way. Actually, during the recording of it, I think Mark, you thought it would be a good idea to put some of these songs on the with some of the demos on the internet, so we could which kind of made sense too, like so we could play out the tunes for the fans, and they would have an idea of they would kind of be a little bit familiar with it, because I know it sucks to go see a band that you really love and you don't know anything that they're playing.
And a lot of those, like all these different versions, ended up on the internet. So all of our fans are like downloading these versions of this new song that that people are talking about. And
like, you probably heard this question a lot, but what made you guys change Sweetness?
What made us change Sweetness?
Yeah, I don't know. From the demo version. Cause the breakdown, I guess, is different, and then
yeah. I don't know.
Just playing around with
it.
it.
We're just messing around in the studio where it's like, hey, let's do this. Okay.
This is definitely one of those times where the fans were just like, what happened to the song? And then the one, they get demoitis is what we call it. You get so used to it one way, and then you hear it a different way. You're like, wait a second, this isn't as good. But I think objectively it's better because it's more fun.
I love the old Sweetness too. They're like two different like versions to me, like in like how much I like them.
There's like a year and a half difference in like the recording.
I think Middle started out kind of as a joke, really. It started out kind of as just I don't know. Really wasn't particularly trying to do anything other than make something that was rocking and sounded fun. So I was working on this song, trying to figure out what the hell I was gonna say. I had like the verse kind of melody, and I knew kind of what the phrasing should be like for the chorus. You know, I have an autographed promotional flat of Tunnel of Love, autographed by Bruce Springsteen. And I was thinking, like, what would the boss do? You know, and the chorus is kind of like my answer to myself on what the boss would do for the chorus of the song. But I think this is the very first Jimmy Eat World song with a full-blown, going for it guitar solo, which I always thought was absolutely stupid. There's only a few people in the world that should be like actually playing guitar solos, and I don't really feel like I'm one of them. But and so that's why I think I just found it so amusing that I was you know, I thought a guitar solo would be a good idea.
I think this is definitely the first record of ours that where like humor had been introduced, like the element of humor was introduced to like the songwriting, like the bridge of, you know, Get It Faster was like, we played that in practice and we just started laughing because it's like, this is you know, so dirty. Funny. It's totally this dirty Hessian guitar riff, but it's like, it was like, you know, it's fun. It was more of like an element of fun for us to do.
What a Jimmy Eat World song should be, you know, is something we always kind of, one of the things that kind of keeps us going is constantly destroying that idea that it should be any one particular thing.
We did the drums during, I think it was like the sometime in October, I think, and then we left for a 2-week tour, and when we came back, Mark had actually been working at home just on, you know, just with ideas of you know, the songs and stuff, and kind of put some stuff together, and he did this like, you know, version of The Middle that was just like, it just totally blew us away. We got back and he was like, okay, I need to play you guys something.
Was it just kind of like how simple this song was, Mark, that made you want to just see where completely else you could take it, just as a...
For some reason, when I first heard it, it just sounded so 80s, so I just started just doing 80s dumb stuff to it.
It just takes some time, little girl in the little house.
Like solo?
Everything will be alright, alright.
There was this guy who lived in Phoenix named Roger, and he's like, he played drums with some of like the, you know, groups of people around town. I was at some show or something, and he said, yeah, we should jam, man. I'm moving to LA in a month or so. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And I was trying to think about what I should play with him, because he was really into, or at least I thought he was really into like you know, like English rock and roll, like you know, Britpop. It's like, well, maybe I could do something, you know, kind of more sort of like frantic, more Buzzcocks kind of, you know, like a wedding present, early wedding present, kind of like how Sweetness is. So it kind of started out with more like a frantic storming pace, like. Kind of more like that, which I think it kind of it gets to in the choruses later on, but after turning it into a tune, it just kind of slowed down to. You know, everything kind of comes in layers, you know, like the main ones, and there's like the phaser one that's in the background now. come in with like a loud guitar, kind of blaring, but these palmy guitars is going. Remember, I was sitting in the room actually, physically turning the as Tom was playing, physically turning the yeah. Hold on, Tom. Turning the delay time up and down so it would, you know, make that sort of I don't know, kind of spacey, My Bloody Valentine kind of like you know, it's kind of another instance like Zach was saying about, you know, just whatever it takes to get the sound, you know. Sometimes it's hitting a 2x4 against the wall.